Goodbye, New Zealand. I'm gonna miss this place. I can't believe I have to leave this culture behind. How could the US possibly live up to it? But what an awesome end to the series.
Yo,
Driving
Ryan.
the 037 was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Ryan. Hey, Ryan!
What? Who is that?
Yo.
Richard Hammond?
No, stupid, it's your friend Mike.
Oh. Oops.
Dude, you still have a Subaru to finish. The series isn't over yet.
Oh, yeah. My Subaru. I wish I could sit here and tell you that I put every ounce of my time into the rebuild of my Impreza. But I didn't. You see, filming this show, traveling all over the place, and balancing schoolwork didn't leave me much time to do what I wanted to do with my car. I enjoy finishing my own projects and making them my own, but with this and the time constraints, all while trying to finish filming this show, this car needed to get back on the road. So before I flew in from New Zealand, Billy and Justin put the finishing touches on the Impreza. This meant they were just throwing back in the stock parts from the 06 wagon. Nothing was really going to be upgraded.
The rest of the stuff that was part of the swap was all stock parts. It was a completely stock motor. We didn't touch the motor at all. We literally just dropped it out from one car, put it into the new car. And you had stock wagon suspension, stock brakes, 'cause none of that got touched at all. It was all stock parts from a newer Impreza wagon, not a WRX.
I really didn't want to do it this way. I wanted to make the engine better, more reliable, replace some belts and gaskets, work out the bugs, maybe even upgrade the suspension and brakes. Basically, the entire 5th episode was going to feature what I upgraded. But it didn't happen this way. There wasn't enough time. The car was thrown back together in a day, and when I got off the plane, it drove.
We spent, probably another day or so in the car and just got it finished.
Maybe another day I'll get to open this car back up and really rebuild her to the max. But time and money weren't on my side this time. My Impreza RallyCross car was stock as a rock.
Got some plates from Ryan's dad. I was able to drive the car around for a little bit. I got a parking ticket in the car with a boot stuck on the wheel. It was a whole big fiasco.
Billy needed something to daily drive at the time, so he gave my car its first month of shakedowns around Bergen County, New Jersey.
Ryan was actually flying in from New Zealand on his way home and into Newark Airport, which is only 10-15 minutes from my shop. Basically, we had arranged for a pickup the same night he was flying home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he drove off in a car that we had built and he had never seen before. Kind of funny that somebody flies in from New Zealand to pick up their car.
So here it is, my silver Impreza. Non-turbo 06 wagon that still is trying so hard to be a 2002 WRX. It's stock on stock with stock tires, stock brakes, no skid plate, and no upgraded anything. I guess you could say this is a regular car, for regular people, maybe regular RallyCross people. So the best way to describe how regular this car is would be to have Mr. Regular from Regular Car Reviews tell you himself.
The 02 Subaru WRX, the official car of wannabe World Rally Championships and aftermarket turbos funded by your last marijuana sale. The Bug-Eye Impreza was the first Impreza model of the GD generation, which would continue up to 2007, undergoing 3 facelifts in the process. Subaru Impreza, the official car of Megan Fox's TMZ News Stories. Hood scoops for making girls' panties come off. And Rally Armor mud flaps. For when your car is lowered, that's what you want. You want mud flaps on top of that. And the headlights are big and innocent, just like the Miata. The only difference is a Miata's eyes are big and innocent because a Miata doesn't know any better. A WRX's eyes just look big and innocent because it just put benzodiazepine in your wine cooler. Subaru WRX, the official car of salvage titles and Craigslist ads bearing the telltale phrase, "just needs some TLC," which is code for head gasket. Or to a lesser extent, the phrase, "will trade for RX-7," which is code for, "I just poured a baker's dozen of additives into every hole and I want to be at least 3 congressional districts away from you when they wear off and reveal whatever problems they were masking." See, back in the day, you could buy a Volkswagen Jetta and they would throw in a Trek mountain bike. Subaru did something similar. Buy a WRX and you get a free shoebox of STI stickers printed out in the library on peel and stick paper. You also get 1 beer bong, a chub pack of zip ties, 3 junkyard clutch assemblies, 1 noise violation, and a phone number written on a translucent cheesesteak wrapper which leads you to a garage in Perry County, Pennsylvania where a guy can get your car to pass inspection. Wink.
Regardless of how regular and stock this Impreza is, I love it. I love how it's slapped together on a budget and doesn't drive like something that is. I love that it still turns heads, and I occasionally get a wave from someone who thinks it's JDM as f***. Once I get more money, it will be upgraded. Slowly. And that to me is the coolest part of owning a regular car yourself. You can make small upgrades and still put a smile on your face. The only upgrade I do for the remainder of my season of Rallycross will be tires. So let's fast forward to last weekend, where I show you how well a $2,000 Subaru handles on the snow. We're here today to show you how good a Subaru really is on snow and on ice and all sorts of conditions. Basically, the basis of that is the snow tire. For the New Zealand episode, I poked fun on how bad the Subaru was going up a hill. And yes, I did know that the tires were the issue. That guy was on like really fat road tires. But when you put a snow tire on this thing, the all-wheel drive, the mix of the balance, the weight of the car, whatever it may be, it's unbelievable. And yes, the same holds for the Evos and the Quattros and all sorts of different things. You get a really good snow tire like a Hankook I-Pike, which I have on, and the difference is astronomical. I had street tires on my car for months into the winter here, and I thought I was just, I thought I lost my snow driving abilities. When I put the I-Pikes on, holy crap, what a difference. I mean, unbelievable. I could pull this car into a slide and pull it out of a slide like it was on sticky race tires. So that's cool. Look familiar? Well, welcome back to Lee Pond. This time we got my Subaru, and we're gonna be doing some ice drifting. Little left foot, there it goes, and around we are. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Being out on the ice is where I started to become super impressed with what I had. I could see why the switch to all-wheel drive rally cars in the mid-80s was something that wouldn't change. The amount of grip with a good tire combo is unsurpassable. I enjoyed my morning playing around, pitching the car into the corner, riding it out. Today I was just having fun. But there are events like this where you can enter your stock car in an ice race with others. The central New York region in the US is big with this. Since I was out on the ice during the Sochi Olympics, I decided to honor them with my own little test. In the ski box, I have a pair of Head Giant Slalom race skis. Yes, I am a ski racer in another life. So today we're going to attempt to race my car through a slalom course. It was something that I dreamed up all week. Set up a course out of cones, tie a rope to the back of the car, tow myself with my car as I water ski fling myself into another course adjacent to the Impreza. It's a little side-by-side winter sport comparison. But with that, I needed to hire a driver. Some said, you know what? I'm not gonna even do that. He told me to call him by car horn. We found Spuds on Craigslist under drivers for hire. His resume included driving for Dempsey Racing, which we soon found out was a lie, and his only racing experience was done with quarters at the local arcade. Dude, thanks for showing up, Spuds. Here's the keys. I'm glad you can drive for us. No. There. Yeah, just open the door. There you go. Are you all right? You've been drinking? Who the f*** hired this guy? You did say you beat Patrick Long, right? Do you even know how to drive? Oh. Regardless, he asked for money up front. So we tied a rope to the back of the Impreza and I got my ski stuff on. Gotta tie that kid up on a leash. Once suited up, it was time to get a few practice laps in before we set up the course. At 40 miles per hour, the skiing was slow. We decided that in order for me to make slalom turns on flat land, we'd have to run in with the car at over 50 miles an hour. As soon as we prepped for our big run-in, it was cut short by an officer of the law. At first sight of the cruiser, Spuds Dingus promptly booked it. We were asked to leave and told that we couldn't practice driving on the ice. Which was fine, the officer was nice enough about it. However, I did find it funny that when he looked at me in my flashy ski helmet and suit, he asked if I was practicing NASCAR. So our ski slalom would have to wait for another time. For now, it was time to rewind to the start of my Impreza's RallyCross career.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, Justin.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm alright.
You want to go rally me car next weekend?
Yeah, I'm down.
I had decided for its first event to share the car with Broken Motorsports' Justin Hinman. He had a house near the farm in New York where we'd compete. It was the start to another typical race morning. Get up early, stumble around trying to get your stuff together, then annoy Justin, who's ultimately a little camera shy. So it's 7 a.m. and we're getting ready to rallycross. And Justin hasn't slept because he's just so excited. Aren't you?
That's that right.
Justin brought some gravel tires along for us to compete in. At the time, I didn't have my own. It was just an hour drive to the farm located in Weedsport, New York. When we got there, we jacked up the car and prepped it for racing. Tires on, extra weight out. After the driver's meeting, it was time to get our first runs in. This course was absolutely amazing for rallycross because there are no cones to follow. Just the track with high grass on both sides. This meant that you can go flat out, and the only real consequence was going wide and hitting grass. There were no time penalties. Justin found the grass pretty early. Then again. I was pushing hard myself, and after the end of the morning runs, we were very close in times. But I was just ahead. Justin has to beat. Here it is.
I don't even know what were your times?
102.19
Dude, you're consistent. Nice.
is the time to beat, folks.
102.18. There's 1.8 above that.
Holy wait, really? 102.18.
2 runs, fast, within 100th of a second.
Hey! So yeah, I think I'm second place.
We'll see though. He practices in this car all the time. It's my first time driving it ever.
In this car. However, we both had a rival, Ian Kessler. Watching him drive, I'd have to say he'd be a pretty good Porsche factory driver. He didn't appear as aggressive as Justin or I, but he was clean, held momentum, and brought the car to the finish a second quicker per run than both of us. We were going to have to step up our game. After lunch, it was on to round 2. Justin would just edge me out on the first run. But something much worse was about to happen. I literally drove my left front wheel off.
That'll do it. That'll really do it.
A whole herd of rallycrossers came over to help get my car back on its wheels. With the help of a few people, we got a spare wheel back on. Almost all of them, including myself, had never seen anything like it before.
Nice.
What do you think about that?
Other than actually stay on a stage rally, that's the first for me at RallyCross.
That's the first I've seen a rim.
Usually they delam it, like they rip out right here.
Right. The lug studs were fine. They would screw right back on. It was only the metal rim that broke. The best part was they kept the clock running the entire time. So for run 6, I finished with an 842nd time. This put me in last place indefinitely. Time card! Time card! Thank you. I think I'm in the lead. Am I winning?
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know.
You're ahead by a mile.
Sweet.
37 flat.
Yes!
Wow.
I got the award for the longest stage of the day.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Catch you later.
So it was up to Justin to beat Kessler now. So Justin, your goal here, you're sitting in third. What's the plan?
Well, I really don't want to wreck the car anymore than we have. So maybe we'll take it a little bit easy, you know, drive it 109% instead of 110. It's not bad.
I think you should just drive it 110. You need to beat Ian. The final round of Central New York's Rallycross is a bracket format, so Justin would have to face certain opponents in order to move up to beat Kessler. Luck was not on our side though. As Justin rounded the last corner, he too had wheel trouble, this time snapping 2 lug studs on the left front of my car.
We both made our runs. It was actually the run that I bent the wheel on in the last turn, and I think he beat me by like 0.2 of a second at the end.
First place. Where'd it go? There he is.
Ian Kessler.
Thank you.
Leading the points for 2013-14.
Nice.
Woo! We can win a championship this year.
Regardless of our misfortune, I had a great time. I met some really cool people. We limped the car home back to Justin's garage, where I stick welded some broken pieces together to take the 8-hour drive back to school, where I had class in the morning.
I think it was just being a pain like stick welders like to be.
That's real hot.
I immediately signed up for a race in Massachusetts the next week. And this time I bought my own gravel tires and used rims. My dad got to come for a ride this time, which was nice. But I wasn't able to get good footage of this event, again being a one-man show. But my GoPro can describe the difference between Central New York Rallycross and New England Region Rallycross. Cones everywhere. It was this event that I'd soon learn my greatest Rallycross weakness. I like to get too close to the cones. It's the one thing that is so unlike stage rally. When you see a turn, you want to get as close to the inside line as possible. It's instinct. Rallycrossers like to mention that the cones are trees, and if you hit one, you've wrecked your car.
I was pushing real good. I was having lots of fun and just hit way too many cones. That's a whole new thing for me, is cones.
I find that having a ski racing background makes me find that cones are slalom gates, and I'm trying to knock them over to get the racing line. I had to keep telling myself to cut it out, and at one point I accidentally took out 11 cones in one run, thus placing me in last, again. I was going to have to do some work on cone training because this was utterly embarrassing. So join me next time as I learn the art of not hitting cones, and then competing in my final event of the series. So good.